Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how I did this amazing beautiful transition between autumn and winter. So I did this transition with my 3-incher drone from Sub250 and I flied in 2 different days, one in which was almost snowing but it was not fully snowy. And then I flied on the same path the next day when it snowed, and I tried to stay on the same path that I did the previous day. So this fly, as you can see, it was perfectly coordinated. The first fly with the second fly, it was perfectly coordinated. I tried my best to keep the same path. I didn't had any waypoints on this particular shot, but I wanted to try to do this transition between autumn and winter, and I wanted to fly the same path just manually without waypoints. So how I have achieved this kind of fly, I will show you today in this tutorial. So, as I said to you, in the first day I had this path where I was going further, I was coming further from the street in order to see the historical village of Rasnov, and then I've orbited around the historical cathedral in the center of the city. And I had I had several tries on this, and I chose the most perfect flight that I liked in order to feel everything right and in order to feel the path and to feel a story. Also, on this particular scene, when I was coming back from orbiting the tower, I also encountered a bird stall. That I went with the drone through the bird stall, and it was really scary. Like you will see that live view moment camera in which I was kind of freezing because my heart was shaking. George was asking me how I am feeling, if I'm still flying, and I was just freezing. I just continued my flight. I had enough luck, so I didn't hit any birds or whatsoever, and just the effect that I had on my video with the drone going through the birds, it was just amazing. I just felt like a bird. It was heaven. So on the second part of the flight, when I flight the next day, I woke up in the morning and it was such a beautiful snowy day. Everything was white, everything was just heaven. And I thought I need to do this fly again. The previous day, I thought very, very well about this path that I was doing. I counted the orbits that I've done around the tower. I've watched very well the starting point that I chose for my flight, which was at the start of the street which was going under the square of the village. And I went in the exact same spot, not using waypoints, not using anything, with my 3-incher drone from Sub250, and I did the exact same path. I fly the exact same path. I programmed myself from the previous day to do the exact same fly path. I imagined myself at the same altitude, and I tried to keep as much as I could the same altitude, the same inclination, and keep the same positioning of the objects to result in this beautiful transition that you can see here. So also on the next day I had several tries. In some of them I did with one more orbit or one less more orbit, so I had to choose the one that fitted perfectly my last fly. It was pretty difficult to do this kind of transition, but I wanted so much to do an FPV transition from autumn to winter, and I felt that a Transylvanian village like Rasnov would be such an amazing and historical place to show something like this and to show this beautiful transition. On my next day, when everything was snowy, I had to do a weather sealing for my drone, so I had to land it, and I had to land it and take it off from directly from the snow, and it was needed for this weather sealing. I flied it. It were like 0 degrees outside, and the wind was kind of mild, so the drone went perfectly in those conditions, and I'm really happy with the way it just felt. It didn't had shakings or whatsoever to descending, compared to my previous fly when I had some shakes when it was descending. On my second flight, I didn't catch that burst stall on my way back that I had in the first fly, although after I saw the video footage from the first day, I really prayed myself to encounter the bird stall, but since it was snowy, I believe there weren't many birds in the area. But this drone was perfect for this kind of transition, and I felt the video turned out amazing. There is not an automatic way to do that in FPV. You just have to do it manually, and you just have to keep the same angle that you did in the first place to achieve this beautiful transition that I have here. I will also post the moment when I encountered the burst stall, and I was really shaky, and I was frightened. I was really frightened for what it could happen, but everything turned out well. And if you want to achieve this kind of transition, I really recommend using this kind of drone. It's a very good drone for cinematic outside videos. It stays really well in the wind. It flies really well in snowy weather conditions. I also flied it while it was almost rainy outside, and it just felt perfectly. I didn't have any problems with the signal or whatsoever, and it is just a perfect drone for flying into urban areas, because we have a Sub250 drone, and being an open props is just such a cool advantage, because it stays well in the air and it feels just amazing for everything what you want to do. Thank you for following me. Thanks for watching me. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like my content, and I will prepare more tutorials for you in the future. Thanks for watching me. Bye bye. Ciao.